This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Previously on Golic and Wingo.
Our esteemed lawyer, Esquire, and college basketball analyst, Jay Billis, now joins us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line from San Antonio. So now that we have Villanova cruising in many ways to a third national championship since 1985, and we're talking about them with the same likes as Duke, North Carolina, these other Kentucky, these other programs that have won multiple championships in that time frame. Where are they now in the pantheon of like programs when we look at the best of the best in college basketball?
They're right up on the top shelf, Trey. There's been a lot of talk that, hey, does Villanova belong with the Blue Bloods, as if they came out of some tiny little conference. I mean, Villanova has been a Big East team forever. Could you say before this year, would you put them in the same breath with North Carolina, Duke, and UCLA, all that stuff? You know, maybe they'd be a little further down the list than that. But in the expansion era, since we went to 64 teams, they're one of only 5 programs to win 3 or more. And Jay Wright's the torchbearer for college basketball going forward, because Coach K and Roy Williams, the other guys that are active that have multiple championships, they're staring down the end of their careers at some point in the relatively near future. And Jay Wright he's only 55, 56 years old. He's got a long time left in this game.
I think in everybody's mind, what we saw last night was kind of the expectation. I'd like to know if that was your expectation, and where in that game you said, yeah, Michigan just not coming back from this.
My expectation was that Villanova would win, but I thought it would be a close game. Dante DiVincenzo is not a secret. When he picked up the slack, because I thought Villanova struggled a little bit early, I think they were one of their first 9 from 3, and he came in and started burying shots and making great defensive plays. I mean,
ask this question: how much sleep did you actually get last night?
Well, good morning to you guys too. I think in total it's been broken up, but probably about maybe an hour, 20 minutes maybe.
Well, you sound fresh as a daisy, though. So way to go, man. That's exactly what we wanted to hear and exactly how it should be, no doubt about it. So, Jalen, for those of us that will never had the experience, and then to even up the ante by you doing it twice, how do you compare both of your championships, one you won 2 years ago to last night?
I just think it's very hard to compare, but it's crazy how things come full circle. Being a younger guy, my freshman year, trying to fit in, trying to make sure I'm doing what the team needs, and not really worrying about myself. And then now being a leader on this year's team, and I still focus on the same thing, being locked in on what my team needs to be done, and really just not focus on anything individually. And it's crazy what can come out individually for you. So just trying not to focus on that. It's crazy. So it's really hard to compare.
Jalen Brunson with us, a Villanova guard, averaged a team-high 18.9 points per game this season, made 12 three-pointers in the NCAA tournament this year. And, Jalen, when the game was early and your offense was a little off, you were down at one point 21-14, then you made a couple of buckets to cut it to 3. I put this out there on Twitter. I said, Villanova is not playing well, and they're only down 3. I don't think this is going to end well for Michigan, because it wasn't the same start you guys had against Kansas when you were making all those threes blindfolded. So when you saw
out there a national championship game, it's definitely pretty cool to see one of your best friends do that. But when we see somebody like that, we just try to play through him, and we know that we all play together. We all really don't care who's getting the credit. Just really trying to make sure that we're all in this together and just playing off each other.
Well, that's certainly working, as Jalen Brunson, Villanova guard, player of the year 3 times over, joins us now on Golic and Wingo. So here's the real question, though, when it comes to Dante DiVincenzo, because Jay Wright couldn't give us a straight answer. Did he start calling him the Michael Jordan of Delaware, or did somebody else start calling Dante the Michael Jordan of Delaware first?
To be honest, I don't know the answer to that question at all. I believe I thought it was Coach Wright, but I could be mistaken. But so I don't know where that actually came from.
But you guys do call him that, right?
Just to get on his nerves.
I was going to say, that's more to get on the nerves thing, no doubt about it. So, Jalen, in this game, you know, as I thought a lot of people were watching it last night, can Michigan give Villanova a game? And then I think it ended up how a lot of people thought. How about for you on the court? Was there a point in that second half where you felt, you know what, Michigan just is not, they just are not going to be able to come back on us? Did you get that feeling at some point in the second half?
Honestly, no. We knew that Michigan was a really good team, and then they were going to be able to fight through the end of the game. And so, I mean, as the game kept going on, we just knew that we just needed to keep defending and rebounding, and not really worrying about is this going to be it? We just try to make sure we're playing hard for 40 minutes, and because you know how good they are. I mean, they deserve to be there. You know, but
somebody else stepped up for Villanova. What does that say about your team?
It just shows you how together we are, and how we don't really care who's getting the credit for anything. I mean, this is a special group of guys who really did the impossible. And I'm just so thankful I'm a part of this team. And when you have a group of guys who are so talented on both ends of the floor, we don't really care who's getting the credit. A lot of great things can happen, and we're just so thankful we have each other.
Talking to Jalen Brunson, Villanova guard, 2 national titles, AP Player of the Year, a couple of Player of the Year awards, a Wooden Award coming up. We'll see what goes on there. So what's next for you? I mean, what's next for you, whether it's the NBA, whether it's coming back? What's your process going to be?
Well, first, I came in to get back to Villanova to be with my community. And I know they've done a great job of supporting us, so I'm so thankful to be a part of it. And once I get back there, I'm just going to enjoy it with my teammates because, I mean, we deserve it. So, I mean, that's the only thing.
It's almost like the college sports gotcha question. You know, it's as opposed to a political gotcha question. It's like, everyone feels compelled to ask that, and he answered it 12.
Keep eating healthy.
What am I supposed to do? Yes, I'm going to the NBA tomorrow.
Well, I'm taking a little.
I'm having fun.
But besides your teammate, so
it's been great. It was a lot of fun, Jalen. Go get some sleep and get a cheesesteak. Congratulations on winning a second title in 3 years. Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you so much.
Jalen Brunson with us. And don't forget, tune into the College Basketball Awards Show Friday, April 6th, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN2. Brought to you by Wendy's, proud sponsor of the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award.
So one thing about this group of guys, today's athletes, they eat so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, go have yourself a cheesesteak, man.
I think he'll celebrate with
I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
They eat so well.
That's a problem for you.
Yes, especially in a joyous situation. Struggle with that.
All the things that these athletes are worried about, he's concerned about they don't enjoy enough bad food.
They're eating so well.
Good to know.